In today's video, we're going to talk about a stock that is about to go insane today. I'm also going to be looking at some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video, along with addressing the overall market. All right, so let's dive right into it right off the bat. We got the SPY over here. And in the last video, which was on Wednesday morning, I told you guys to watch out for a drop with the overall markets, and it definitely dropped. The market was looking really sus, especially on the 5 minutes. If you look closely on what happened on Tuesday morning, well, on Tuesday by the end of the day, it had a bearish pennant on the chart, all right, followed by the market being down slightly, and then at 9 p.m. at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, a massive sell-off. All right, now another structure that also made me kind of suspicious with the overall market was on the Dow Jones. If you go on here on the 30-minute time frame, there was a descending triangle on here that broke out on Tuesday afternoon, which really made me more bearish, hence the sell-off the next day. All right, now with the Dow Jones, it's been chopping ever since it bottomed at noon on Wednesday. Now the question is it done dropping, or is it gonna chop some more before making another leg down? Right now it's at, let's see here, right now it's at the previous neckline from this inverse head and shoulders from before, and it's trying really hard to hold. I would say that the individuals who rightfully bought right here, who are still holding, right, who are greedy, are a bit worried in these areas. So if we see a break of 34.282k, we might see this thing collapse. All right, and if that happens, then everything else might also follow through with that one. Right now the market is not down by too much, but if you look at the Nasdaq, just the daily charts, there is a head and shoulders on here. All right, there is. We got the left shoulder, we got the head, and then we got the right shoulder. The situation is still bearish. Like, objectively, just looking at it right now, the situation is bearish. It's not like it decided to make a U-turn. Today might be the day that it fully commits, right? Like, fully commits as in we really drop way down to 15k, and then next week we can even see a further sell-off where we go all the way down to 15.5k and fill this gap on the futures chart. Again, it's still not filled yet. This one right here, this is what I'm talking about. Zoom in, it almost did on the 18th, but it really didn't. Like, it didn't fully fill it. All right, and I've been talking about it during these days when the market was moving like that. So is it impossible that we revisit that low again? No, it's definitely not. All right, now let's look at the SPY daily, and let's see how that one is looking as well. Again, that gap hasn't even tried to fill, right? It stopped on the 18th, so it's still there, and that head and shoulders is looking kind of bearish. All right, so like the best thing for longs is for the right shoulder to get so wide to the point where all of the bears give up, and this thing actually goes up and then breaks 45.5. So just watch and see how the market looks today. Again, right now the situation is bearish. Look for intraday structures. I think the intraday structure that may appear later on today might be bearish, so just be on the lookout for that. Now the VIX, let's check out the VIX. With the VIX, this one right here, it went all the way up to 15. I told y'all it would, even though it didn't have any gaps on the left. And right now it's struggling to stay above that previous above $14. It's struggling to stay there. Again, watch for volume, watch for movement up here. A break of 14.9 means that there would be panic in the overall market. All right, now some stocks to watch for today. Let's look at NVDA. All right, with NVDA, let's see, let me clear that. All right, let's go on to here. And the stock didn't really do much. The stock is flat right now. Well, it dropped for sure on Wednesday and then dropped again on Thursday. Formed a little a bullish pennant right here for a day trading opportunity, but right now it's struggling. Right now it's kind of struggling right here. Put in alerts at 464. I'm not too sure if it's going to spike. Somebody may argue that there is a previous level of support right here and it's bouncing off of it, which could be true. And the next point to go would be 475. But then again, keep in mind that the stock is very overvalued. Like, the stock is way up here. It had a massive run and it's still struggling, right? It's still struggling at the top to break above 500. They try to do it over here pre-market and they try to do it again over here after the earnings. And right now, again, the daily chart is looking very, very lumpy. Looking like it wants to roll over. And also there is that gap at 432, which hasn't gotten filled yet. Again, so keep that in mind. Let's see how the weekly chart is looking. The weekly chart is not looking that spectacular, and it's a doji right now. So it's a doji right now. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if we drop immediately or if we drop next week. But I will be very cautious going long at these highs, especially after that massive sell-off from like right after earnings and it failing to break above 500 for 2 straight weeks. So just be careful and look for an opportunity shorts. All right, now an update on Apple. Again, congrats to anybody who took a trade on that one. I told you guys, watch it for a short all the way down to these levels right here. All right, to 183. And it started selling off. I told you to put your alerts right here, right below the pre-market low and also right below yesterday's low. And it immediately breached that and had a nice sell-off. Again, I told y'all, a lot of money to be made on the downside. Right now, situation looking like this, it might just chop right here before we see another move down. So watch for a day trading opportunity. I'm not too sure if it's gonna make a massive move. I'm leaning a little bit more bearish because of the bigger picture, right? So that's my thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell, that way you don't miss out on future uploads. Again, these videos are released 15 to 20 minutes before the market opens. To have early access to these videos, click on the join button next to the subscribe button and click on morning videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time as I see them, along with the trades that I take and the details of the contracts and whatnot. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if you would like to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.